So if you've always wanted to improvise or you want to get better at your improvisation, I have a new class called the Confident Improviser Live. All right, we're going to be going through all types of improvisation, whether that be like a bass line, right, or improvising over standards. And don't worry, I'm not going to go that fast in the class. I'm just showing you for right now. But we're also going to do rock kind of stuff as well. Right, so if, whatever style you're interested in learning improvisation-wise, we're going to be working through that in the Confident Improviser Live. All right, so today's focus is going to be on accompaniment. I've said this many times before, but let me remind you, you have to have an accompaniment down steady, all right? If you don't, then it's going to be virtually impossible for you to be able to improvise in the right hand. Why? Because you're not going to be able to think about that left hand while trying to improvise with the right hand. Most of your brain power is going to be focused on that right hand, okay? So we need to break this down into these simple steps, right? That's what helps to reduce your cortisol level and make it so that your prefrontal cortex is not overwhelmed with information, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this very simple accompaniment, right? Just half notes. Starts with the pinky, middle finger, second finger, thumb. Let me pause real quick here for a second. Those of you that are like, oh, I've already done this. This is super simple. Bear with me, okay? Remember, this is the beginner class, and I'm going to show you some different variations on how you can kind of make this a little bit more challenging for yourself. Okay, so now when I say have this accompaniment down, I mean that you could do something like this. You could carry on a conversation while keeping that accompaniment nice and steady. You could say, count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? So you can keep this going and you're able to play it pretty much perfectly every single time. Now, if you make a little whoops, mistake now and again, all right, that's fine. As long as you can get back onto it, we're all good, right? Now, I have an iReal Pro track that you can download and practice along with, right? If you haven't picked up iReal Pro, I don't make that software, but I really suggest it because it allows you to do a lot of cool things. Change the tempo, change the key, pull out the bass, pull out the drums, change styles, all of that good stuff. It's not a very expensive piece of software to own. I think it's like 20 bucks or less, okay? So take a look at that, but you don't have to use this if you don't want to. You can also just simply play along with the video or play along with a metronome. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on 100 beats per minute. Again, these are your lessons, right? If 100 is too fast, then go slower. If that's a little too slow, you can go a little bit faster, right? You can change around that tempo. I'm only using this tempo right now as just a basic medium tempo to utilize. All right. Notice there's no bass in here. So just start by trying to play along with me. Notice the loose nature of that wrist, right? It's not real steady. I mean, it's not real stiff like this. Right? Keeping it nice and loose. And you can see I'm kind of keeping the tempo with my hand as well a little bit there, right? Make sure that you're grabbing at those notes. Grab, grab, grab. All right, good. So now the next thing is once you can do that basic accompaniment, now we can create a couple of different variations. So here's our first variation right here, right? So it's the same first measure, but now we go quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, quarter note. So second finger on the F, then G, and then come down the octave. Now, before, it was nice and easy with the finger, right? 5, 3, 2, 1, and we go back to the pinky. So now what do we do now when we come down to the pinky here? Well, what you do is hit your middle finger and then lift up. So there's a couple of different ways you could do this. I'm going to show you two, all right? So first way is do this. just lift up, hit the pinky, and come right back up to your pinky like this. So hit 5, and then come back up to 5 on the C, all right? You can also do this. This is a super handy technique to start to learn. You might find it difficult if you are a beginner. So here's the technique. So from the F, G, I hit my middle finger, I hold the key down, and then I bring my pinky in there, all right? So I'm holding down that C with my middle finger, and then I put my pinky on there so I don't lift the key up. My pinky replaces my middle finger, right? And it's a little bit of a little shift, right? I'm gonna come up here a little bit so you can kind of see. Just kind of shift in a little bit and then replace that middle finger with my pinky, okay? So a way to practice that is just put your middle finger on the C and just see if you could just move back and forth like that without lifting up that finger, okay? So you could do it like that as well. You could also do this. So F, G, then hit your middle finger, second finger, thumb, second, thumb. So you see how I replace the finger there? Thumb, second, thumb, pinky. So 3 different variations, 3 different ways of being able to utilize your fingering on that passage, okay? So now let's play that along with our iReal Pro track. All right, so what I'll do is I'm going to move this out of the way. Well, actually, no, I'll keep it here so you can see the, the different chords coming through. All right, I think you probably had the bass line down pretty easy. All right, excellent job. Okay, so now let's do the second variation. So the second variation here is pretty much the same as the first variation, right? So these 2 notes are the same, but now we're going thumb on the F, then second finger on F sharp, then thumb on the G, down to the G. So these 2 notes right here, sorry about that. These 2 notes right here are exactly the same, right? That's the same. So this first note, the only note that's changing is that F sharp. But on this F, note that we are also changing the fingering, okay? So let's go through this nice and slow. So it's 5, 3, then 1, 2, 1, 5. Again, I hit my middle finger, replace it with the pinky, middle finger, thumb, second, thumb, pinky. Okay, so now if you have not already done so, download and print the sheet music. Make sure that you have that, because I'm going to put the iReal Pro track on, and we're going to go from the first bass line through both variations, okay? And one thing I'm going to say for you to practice is this. All right, let's talk about practice. So I want you to play the original accompaniment 10 times. That's this one, right? Then play each variation 10 times as well. Then I want you to mix between them, okay? And I want you to practice along with that backing track or metronome. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on the backing track here. Make sure you have your sheet music. You're going to play along with me, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring this down to 85 beats per minute, right? Be a little bit slower. We're going to start with the original accompaniment, and then I'm going to say variation 1. We're going to switch to that, and I'm going to say variation 2. We're going to switch to that, and then I'm going to say we're going to mix, and I will tell you which one. Original, variation 1, or variation number 2. All right, here we go. Start with the original 5 times. I'll add some chords in the right hand. Don't worry about doing any of this in the right hand. Just there, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So hopefully you saw from that class, everything is divided up step by step, right? This is just a sample of the class. I'm reserving the full class for my students back at Jazzedge Academy. If you're interested in joining me, I would love to work with you. Remember, everybody can learn how to improvise, right? It's just a matter of figuring out how to break down those steps, and I did that for you in this Confident Improviser Live class. The best part is all of these lessons are recorded, so you can go back and watch the recordings, right? You can also jump in and jump out of the class at any time, right? You're not going to get lost, right? And there's also a live class as well. So you could join me every week and then ask me questions live about what you just saw or what you're practicing in the Confident Improviser Live. So there are many different ways of interacting. The real question is, are you willing to invest in yourself right now, right? Invest the time and the practice to actually get to improvising, right? Remember, we're gonna go through all different types of improvisation. So if you're not into the jazz or you're not into the blues, you wanna do this or that or whatever, you're going to get that within this Confident Improviser Live. So it's up to you though, to put in the time and to make the commitment. So if that sounds like you, please do me a favor and join me over at Jazzedge Academy, and I'll see you inside the classes.